All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there that's also laboring in this work, continuing to push out this gospel in all truth, faith, and sincerity. So yeah, I just want to get into a quick lesson dealing with predestination, all right, because the spirit has been heavy on that subject, all right. But I want to come from a certain angle, all right, that it's because of predestination that certain of women will be delivered as well, all right? Because I really want to just get right into it, but I want to make a quick point, all right? You have women in this lifetime that actually are subscribed to Great Millstone. And it's well documented that we here at Great Millstone, we don't compromise or hold our tongue when concerning highlighting the wickedness of our women, man, especially you so-called black women, all right? And you Latin tribes as well. Yet you still have certain women to overlook that, and they follow us, man, all right? And opposed to following these different groups, they actually follow the teachings of Great Millstone, all right? Which is a sign of honor, man, and integrity, if you will. And the reason why I say that, because you got niggas that was once amongst us, like, for instance, this guy Yakanan, who became offended, all right? Became very emotional. Now he dedicated his whole mission to scoffing at the men of the Lord, all right? Putting his time and energy into making parody videos, all right? Things of that nature. While you have women who overlook the fact that we come down heavy on the black woman, man, and the Latin woman. Yet they still follow us, man, which show that they have more integrity than a lot of these damn niggas that become emotional, all right? Because a woman was really designed to be emotional. So for you to have a woman to overlook certain things and yet they still follow and subscribe to the men of Great Millstone, that means that they was predestined, man, to follow these teachings, all right, which is the teachings of Yahweh Shai, all right? Because usually women rally around each other, all right? That's why that whole woman's lib was so successful, all right? Usually a woman, they can follow you as soon as you talk shit about another woman, then they'll get caught up in their emotions or their feelings. But you have women out there who have heard us go hard body on a black woman and different women, yet they still subscribe. They still believe in the teachings of Yahweh Shah, meaning that they was predestined to arise in these last days and to be delivered, all right? So in this lesson, I want to get a couple of examples of women being predestined and sealed by Yahweh Shah to be delivered in these times, all right? But before I get those examples, I want to start off with a couple of quick precepts. This is Matthew chapter 27 and verse 55, all right? Now this is the same time where Yahweh Shah was on the cross, all right? Because, of late, the men of the Lord have been breaking down the whole malfactor on the right hand and left hand of Yahweh Shah, all right? Apostle Kabar went into it. You have certain other brothers that brought a lot of beautiful edification to that. But that same day, there was women there as well, all right? Now this is Matthew 27 and 55, and many women were there beholding afar off, which followed Yahweh Shah from Galilee, ministering unto him. Right, so it says many women, man. Many women was afar off, all right, while Yahweh Shah was being led to the cross, all right? Verse 56, among which was Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebedee's children, all right? So that's an example that women actually followed Yahweh Shah. And it wasn't just Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebedee's children, all right, which was John and James. Scriptures say many women. So when Yahweh Shah came on the scene 2,000 years ago, he sealed women as well, all right? There were certain women predestined to be delivered as well, All right? This is Luke chapter 8, starting at verse 2. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils, and Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others which ministered unto him of their substance. See, there was women, many women, that followed Yahushua, and they ministered unto him of their substance, meaning monetary assistance, whether, food, water, or whatever, to help the ministry. All right, they was helpers of Yahushua, and they believed in Yahushua. They had a relationship with Yahushua. All right, and you better believe those women are back today. All right, and those women, when they came back, they was led to the truth, which is another form of predestination, because when you find this truth, or when you come across this truth, all brothers remember that moment. All the brothers remember the time they first was introduced to this truth. Why? Because it was somewhat of a strange moment, all right? Or it was, a moment of chance. It was sort of like time and chance, I know me, it was like perfect time and chance that I bumped into the truth, which it was predestined. And that's the same with these women. You have women that's on the live streams, comment boards. I didn't even see women on videos with brothers condemning the black woman, and you have a so-called black woman on the comment board saying, yeah, that's right, meaning that they was not offended, and they was actually predestined for that moment. They was predestined to return in this lifetime and be led back to this truth and actually believe in this truth, all right? Now, with that, I want to get a quick example, all right? This is Luke chapter 7, and starting at verse 36. And one of the Pharisees desired him that he would eat with him, and he went into the Pharisee's house and sat down to meat. And behold, a woman in the city, which was a sinner, when she knew that Yahushua sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment, and stood at his feet behind him weeping, and began to wash his feet with her tears, and did wipe them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Right, so there's a woman who was a sinner. The scripture made sure to make mention of that, and she knew that Yahushua was at that house. All right, and she came in, man, and she wept, man. All right, now the reason why she believed that Yahushua was the one. All right, she believed, man. That's the reason why she went up in the house in the first place. Verse 39, now when the Pharisees, which had bid in him, saw it, he spake within himself, saying, this man, if he were a prophet, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, for she is a sinner. And Yahushua answering said unto him, Simon, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And he said, Master, say on. There was a certain creditor which had 2 debtors. The one owed 500 pence and the other 50. And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both. Tell me, therefore, which of them will love him the most? Simon answered and said, I suppose that he to whom he forgave most. And he said unto him, Thou hast rightly judged. Verse 44, and he turned to the woman and said unto Simon, Seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she have washed my feet with tears and wiped them with the hairs of her head. Right, so Yahushua is actually speaking up for the woman, man. He's speaking up for this particular woman. You better believe this woman, her spirit is recycled. This woman is back today. And it's undoubtedly she would be following the teachings of Great Millstone, because that's where the spirit of Yahushua has rested. All right? Verse 45, Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, have not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman have anointed my feet with ointment. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven. Now, this the point. This the point right here, man. When Yahushua forgave this woman of her many sins, was it just the sins in that lifetime? Of course not, man. The reason why the Lord said her many sins, because he was forgiving her for her sins in her past life previous to the time she was born in those times, and he also forgave her of her sins in the future, man, which is these times. This woman could have came back and probably was a stripper, or God knows what she doing in his lifetime, man. All right, because the scriptures tell you wickedness is little, but the wickedness of a woman. So of course, it's women right now today that got sins that you can't imagine, man. Yet Yahweh Shai forgave them. Why? Because they was predestined to be delivered as well. It's because of predestination that even women gonna be delivered, man. As treacherous and sinful as these women are amongst our people, you're gonna have some amongst them that's gonna be delivered. All right, so again, it says, wherefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much, but to whom little is forgiven, the same both little. And he said unto her, thy sins are forgiven. See? Her sins are forgiven. Meaning what? In that lifetime? Of course not. That's overall, man. Because what would it benefit for her sins to be delivered in that lifetime, but not to be delivered now? This lifetime that we're living in is the time of salvation. So the Lord forgave this woman, all right, of her sins, meaning she was predestined to be delivered. She don't know that she that woman who washed his feet, yet she's out here today, man. And best believe you me, she believed in the teachings of great millstone, all right? Verse 49, and they that sat at meat with him began to say within themselves, who is this that forgiveth sins also? And he said to the woman, thy faith have saved thee. Go in peace. And that's the thing. You got women that believe, all right? There's women out here amongst these people that come up on the coming board in the midst of all these different scoffers and scorners. You get caught up. Sometimes, you just get caught up in that madness, but it's women out there that actually is listening and they believe, man. And that faith has saved them. And that's those same women, that many multitude of women that actually follow Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai knew these women, man. All right? When Yahweh Shai, I think the woman was named, I forget her name, it was Mary and Martha, the story of Mary and Martha. Where Martha sat down at Yahweh Shai's feet and listened to his stories, man. All right? And Mary complained that she was doing all the work. And he said, look, man, Martha, she getting his word. All right? That means Martha was sealed, man. When you read about, Cornelius, which was an Israelite, when the Lord said salvation has came to Cornelius and his house, that means Cornelius' wife was also delivered that day. When you read the story of Zacchaeus, who promised the Lord that he would repay everybody who he had defrauded, Yahweh Shai says salvation has come to your house this day, man. So all those women, even when you go back to before Yahweh Shai, Susanna, and Deborah, or just women who was made mention of in the scriptures, all right, Judith, well, the Lord those women are back today. Their spirit is recycled, all right? Now, they came back in this lifetime, and they probably doing all sorts of madness, man. They probably was caught up into all type of bullshit. Yet, predestination is what's going to deliver them, all right? Get another quick example of predestination being the reason why a lot of women going to be delivered. This is St. John chapter 8, starting at verse 1. Yahweh Shai went unto the Mount of Olives. And early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned, but what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahweh Shai stooped down, and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last, and Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Yahushua had lifted up himself, and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Have no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Now, this is the point. When he told her to go and sin no more, it's a good chance she went and she didn't commit no more sins in that lifetime. All right? But you best believe when she came back, reincarnated in this lifetime, in this wicked damn world, she's committed all sorts of damn sin. But when the Lord says sin no more, he was actually saying your sin is not going to be charged to you. All right? You're not going to be imputed with sin. Today, you have been delivered, man. Which is an example. All right? This is an example of predestination being the very reason even women going to be delivered, man. All right? And the spirit is heavy right now going into predestination. And if you're spiritual, you should know why the Lord bringing this out, because it's really a humbling topic. That topic humbles us all. You should be in a certain spirit of, no matter what a brother might do, whatever certain things happen, you got to keep in the back of your mind that the Lord predestined certain people, man. Well, all the ones who are going to be delivered, that's because of predestination, man. And women included, all right? And believe you me, here at Great Millstone, we're not ignorant to that. Yeah, we get on the black woman. We get on these Latin tribe, these women, which rightfully so, because they ain't shit, all right? But at the end of the day, we understand that among those same women, there's going to be certain of those women that's going to be delivered. Is it going to be because of their works? Of course not, man. All right? It's going to be because they was predestined, all right? And the Lord led them back to this truth, and they heard the names, and they believed in the names. They believed in the chariots. They believed how we going to be delivered. They got the same hope we got, man. All right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to do a quick lesson dealing with the fact that, hey, it's because of predestination, even women will be delivered, all right? So with that, shalom.